My name's Nolan. I'm in Hiroshima, Japan, and I want to show you guys how to make an automation. Any effects can be automated. So I'm going to use a sound or a song that I've got that I use for a short intro for my buddy who's traveling the world, doing things like scuba diving, cleaning up the ocean, going to temples, volunteering everywhere he can. So maybe you should check out his video. There should be a link in the bottom. And meantime, I'll show you how to make an automation on any effect in Garageband. So actually, I'm going to put the loop on. I should just put it right in the right spot so that you can see it. I'm going to turn the volume down a bit. I think that might be kind of loud. I'll loop it. Just hear that one part. This is the part I'm going to show you guys. Builds up and it comes back down. So in order to do this, let's just create a new track. You just go track, new track. I think I missed that. So new track opens up. You need to pick real instrument for this one. It doesn't matter if you want a software instrument. You could do automation with MIDI too, no problem. Just for what I'm going to get, I'm going to go to the loops, and these are pre-recorded WAV files, right? It's green color. It's kind of important to know, I guess. Okay, so I've got my loops. I'm going to go to maybe sound effects, and under sound effects I'll pick ambience, and I could pick any one of these different sounds, but I know we'll make it this sound for now. And that should do it. You know, I'm just realizing I could have just dragged that thing over with nothing, and it would have just automatically created a new track. And I kind of forgot that. That's how you should do it. It's much quicker. So if I just pull this up here, loop it a few times. Okay, I've got it in that section. I mean, this track here is the one that I'm just duplicating it basically. So I muted that one. So what I make now is sounds. It's gonna be really loud. So actually, I'll just turn that down a bit. Okay, so we'll hear it without any automation. Yeah, I mean, basically, you barely even notice that it's there. Yeah. Actually, it just sounds horrible without any automation, okay? Because that's nothing like what we want the real sound to go. So we go to the eye so we can edit it. We'll click the edit button, and we got to give it some kind of effect. So you pick whichever one you want here. In this case, I will go to treble reduction, and I'm going to pick two. I'm going to also pick the bass reduction. Okay, so I've got these two. Make sure the lights are on. That means that they are actually being used on these channels, or whichever channel you're on, right? You click on a different channel, you do see all the different types of compressors you're being used. Now, I use a lot on all of mine. See this one? I mean, that's why I use up too much energy or whatever. I don't know. I'm sure we've learned a way in this course I'm taking, but I haven't figured out how to do it on GarageBand yet. But, okay, back to the effect. It says no effects right now. I mean, maybe you could give it a name, and it's the transition. This is the sound that a lot of even pop songs are using for their transitions right now. It's a nice sound. I really like it. Okay, if you want to get the automation going, you click this little arrow that drops down, and you can see it says track volume, track pan, which is great, right? Or add automation from one of those effects. I click the add automation, and it shows me all the effects that I've got over on the right side of my screen. So I'll click treble reduction, click the check mark, and let's work with it. Okay, I say okay. Now I've got this blue line underneath, and I'm gonna click here and click a dot here and pull her down. So kicks it, you know, it goes all the way off and then all the way back on again. Actually, let's drop it down to there. It makes it more intense, right? That's the whole thing. We just want it intense. Okay, so that's that one. Now I need the bass. Add automation for the bass. Just put the check on it. Okay, and now it shows me a new line, and this is the one for the bass line. So this one, I guess, would be smart if it went up in the middle, down at the bottom. So just the opposite, right? And it doesn't have to be perfect. I do hate how small these dots are, and if you're trying to be doing really small work, it's hard to move them around. They get stuck sometimes, or you click on the wrong dot. It's so small, right? You should be able to zoom in, but I haven't figured it out. I mean, you can zoom in like this, but it doesn't actually make the dots ever any bigger. The dots are always basically the same size. Anyways, I'm almost finished here, guys. I'm just going to see I've got both of those different ones on. I'm going to double check their opposites, which they are. And now if I just listen to the transition, there we go. Basically what I'm seeing is I don't need that so low. I mean, that's the thing. You play around with it and make it sort of perfect, right? But let's go to the bass one, and probably the bass one should go more out here. I mean, that's the thing. I don't have time to play around with it with you guys, right? That shouldn't be all the way down there either, I'm thinking. Right, I mean, that see, it gives you an idea of how to work with it. So let's take the automation off, let's take the loop off, and we'll go to the beginning of the song and just sort of see if we can even hear that part of the song. I mean, honestly, that was a pretty bad job. I'm going to show you guys with the real one I did. It's just a little different. You know, I just to play with these little balls until it works, right? And that's the thing that you guys don't want to do. So, I'm just going to mic this one that we just did. I mean, it's okay, right? It's not really that good. So I'm micing it. I'm going to put the other one on. Loop it. Just show you when you really tweak it. Right, in the end it could look like, right, by the end it'll sound like that. And I have a few other effects on it too, so that's why it sounds better. But with the whole thing, yeah, there you go. There you have it. I hope at least you've learned how to do the automation. You play around with it, different effects, different tweaks. It's kind of fun. Anyways, there you go. Thanks for listening. Check out the links. Peace.